Alright, got an Infiniti M45 2003. Change the alternator on. It looks like it's a pain. It's not too bad. As you can see, I've taken the air dam off of here, moved this beauty cover piece or whatever it covers your fan shroud and whatnot, and then I took the beauty cover off. To get it out, I actually came out this way. It will not come this way because of the fan shroud. Removed the battery and removed. There's 3 bolts here with a bracket. The bracket's right here holding the power steering reservoir. Take those out, that way you can move these lines right here out of the way. And then also there's 1 bolt on your radiator fluid reservoir, and then you can also just slide it out here, move it out of the way. Obviously you're going to have an alternator down here. One 12 mil right here, so you want to get either a deep well or a socket with an extension on there to break that loose. You'll usually have to bring the wrench right about in between here. That is a 14 millimeter bolt. It is long, looks like this, and there's also a nut on the back of the alternator that it threads into. Again, you can use either a deep well, or really you can use any socket, but you kind of want some length to bring the breaker bar back here so you can break that loose, and then you can get a wrench on it and take that out. Then you pull those 2 bolts out. I found it made it easier to get to the connections on the back of the alternator because you can't really pull it forward to take those off. Okay, so there will be 1 ground bolt on the back. I believe it is a 10 mil, and then coming out of the side will be, is that it right there? Yes, this connector. It's a 2-pin. Also on the back of the alternator you'll have your connection here, and this is it a 12 or is it a 10? It's a 12, should be, yeah. And for those you'll have to use just your standard wrench. Then once you get everything connected, it's really just finessing it out of here. You kind of have to pull it up, twist it around a bunch, and then you can pull it out this way, and then you put it back in the same way you took it out. You just set back down in position. Like I said, just bring it in through here. Found that I stuck the back towards the bottom and kind of twisted it this way a little bit. Bring this side down, and this back ear or tab underneath this line, and then pushed it down further, then brought the front of the tab down, and then again twisted it down. And so right now I'm trying to get around this bracket. Oh, got the radiator in your way for this, and okay, so that's not in the way. Trying to do this with 1 hand is definitely not as easy with both. There, not the best position, but you'll get an idea. So I'm gonna rotate it up. Yep, get those tabs to face the sky, push it back towards position, and then it's basically in position now, as you can see. I'm going to put the connections on the back and then rotate it and bolt it out. Personally, for me, this was the hardest part, was getting that disconnected from the old alternator, and I'm assuming it's also going to be the hardest part putting it back together. And if I set it on my chest, if you guys can see here, I'm just going to hope and pray that you can see what the hell I'm doing somehow. You guys need to be facing that way. Alright. I've got it kind of in there. Anyway, oh, there it goes. Cool. Plugged right in there. Alright, and then we're going to take this. Come here. Alright, I'm going to set this down. Why are you fighting me? There. Just had to move the alternator back a little bit. You're not. Fellas, this is why ladies love you when you're a mechanic. Then your ground goes right there. Alright. Oops, there goes my drink. Alright. as you can see, I'll go ahead and started with these bolts up front just to hold the alternator up and in place. I think I'm going to snug these down a little bit to make it easier to get everything else threaded onto the back. Now, this tensioner here is a 14 mil bolt. I can't see my... Cool. Alright. You can see the way the belt runs. It goes over the top of this pulley here. Then straight down to that pulley. Then that wraps around up this pulley. And around the main. And then this wraps around over the top of the tensioner, down underneath the alternator, and then back over the top. Focus down there. There you go. Make sure it gets on that pulley back there. Oh, of course, they've got a looking bracket to hold that cord line. Tight. Pull that tensioner down. Swear if this comes back and smacks me in the face. Hopefully I don't get to see any of that. Okay. Connected. This part.
There, ain't you?
Ain't my first rodeo. Why they put 3, I couldn't give a rip.
Huh?
They put 3 bolts on this to hold this reservoir. You just need
they over-engineer this. Didn't you hear me yesterday?
Yeah,
they
I know.
Over-engineer all this stuff to death.
It just needs the 2. Really?
Yeah. They're just,
look at me, covered again.
I've been that way in my lifetime a couple times.
I think these...
Took me 79 years to get this far. I'm all right. Heck yeah, you're on the home stretch now.
Yep, just putting it all back together and then popping the battery in it and firing up.
Don't hot rod it.
Yeah, right. Hopefully sell it this Sunday.
Huh?
Hopefully get it sold this Sunday.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
What are you going to get next?
I ain't getting nothing next. I'm fixing my vehicles and driving those because the only time they ever broke down is when I made them break down. The Z never had any issues. It was just the MAF sensor. That's the only thing that ever went out on it. All the money that I was sinking into it was upgrades.
Oh, on that little car of yours?
Yeah, it was, bushings, control arms, and adjustable.
Buying a
all
bunch
that
of
shit.
stuff for it.
So I don't know if you ever got to see that.
No, I didn't see that part when you didn't have the headliner in it, but I know you bought a bunch of struts and stuff for it. Now the next thing is hope this fixes it, right?
Shit, yeah. If it doesn't, we're gonna have issues. I'm gonna send it down a bridge ablaze. Right. I can put the reservoir back. Connected. Now I don't want all this shit to be nasty, so I'm gonna wash my hands and whatnot. Everything on the back of that alternator's connected. Good. That thing sounds pretty good. Turbo 4-speed. Old Saab. Start with the beauty cover going back on. Bolt there, bolt there. Bolt there. This next air dam thing, slide it in there. Bolt needs to come out. It's also a 10 mil. this goes back on. In my face. Lined up right. Battery and I'll be done. That's how you know certified mechanic right there. This battery terminal, this is for the bracket, and then battery terminal. Okay. Either that's a bike or someone's got a tick. Pretty sure it's a bike. Other bracket, I believe. Pretty sure it went through like this. Where's that at? Look at that. That's what we want to see. It was 11 last time. That's what Keith was testing it for. I'm going to shut it off and do a battery test. Should say good, just needs charge. Yeah, that's about, that's alright. This is the last quarter of life. I think it just needs charge.
When we driving down the coast, yeah, I'll take you anywhere, just tell me where to go, yeah. Got nothing else but time, so let's put on a show, yeah. Your story crossed with mine, so let's go ride our own, yeah.